All right, so who is the best welterweight in the world? Boxing. We're talking about boxing. If you see a little sweat on my face, don't mind it. I just got done with a workout and I was thinking about this the whole time. I was like, man, I wonder really who is the best welterweight in the world. All right. Um, so there's a few things, well, a few ways that I came to this conclusion. And and I'm going to talk about, my thoughts on the welterweight division. And then once I talk about those thoughts, then I'm going to get into who actually is the top welterweight in the world, right? So in the welterweight division, it's the debutante glamour division, and it's still that top division. It's so much talent. It's the perfect mix of power, explosiveness, but still has that same speed from the lower weight classes. So yeah, welterweight is always that division. Plus, obviously, Mayweather made a living in and around that welterweight division, and so that also brought a whole lot of money, prestige, and glamour to this division. So with this ranking, this is what I'm saying as of right now, 2022, who I think is actually the top welterweight in the world. And it doesn't necessarily mean that this person or these people um, or any of these fighters have actually reached the top echelons of the welterweight division yet. But I might feel like some of these fighters deserve to be in this spot. So I'm going to do my own personal ranking of who I feel are those top elite boxers, right? Um, so for me, out of the top, my like the lowest person that I have on my list is like Stanionis. I feel like Stanionis, he definitely has a lot of skill, and I think he has some potential down the road. So he's definitely someone to be in the conversation, but I feel that he's still got a lot to prove. Um, I know that Danny Garcia has started going in and out of that of the ranking a little bit, but I feel that Danny Garcia still is an elite welterweight, and I feel like he's sort of like right there. I know that's a big jump, but I feel that Stanionis does have the ability to be in the top, but I think he's like right here, and then Danny Garcia is sort of like right here, and that sucks for Danny Garcia. It's just the fact that he's just had a lot of losses, so that's my next person. After that, I got Virgil Ortiz. I really truly feel that Virgil Ortiz has the ability, the stopping power, everything to catch somebody like a Danny Garcia. Like I really do. I think that even though Danny Garcia's timing is impeccable, but I just feel that Virgil Ortiz's power is amazing. Um, so this is the next person I have on this list is, so I don't really know if Sean Porter is really done. So until I see him like in a casket, I think Sean Porter has the ability to maybe come back. So for me personally, I feel that so Sean Porter is who I have over Virgil Ortiz. And it's just because Sean Porter's had a lot of opportunities, but he's come short on some of the biggest of fights. So that's my next fighter, right? After that, then I got Keith Thurman. So I feel that Keith Thurman is just a little bit better than Sean Porter. A little bit. I still feel that he gets caught a whole lot in the body, and I just think that he's just not he's not defensively minded enough to not get caught with some stuff, especially in the midsection. And he's on obviously vulnerable in that spot. All right. So after Keith Thurman, and the only reason why I have Keith Thurman right above Shawn Porter and I have my next pick above him is just because Keith Thurman is just not active enough. Now I know he's saying he's going to be active this year, but that remains to be seen. So that's why I have him like right above Shawn Porter. Next, I have Yordenis Ugas. So Ugas, I feel that he is after the win on Manny Pacquiao, and I don't have Manny Pacquiao on this list. Just FYI, I don't have Manny Pacquiao on the list just because he's clearly retired. Like he's Hall of Famer, done, finished. That's the end of the career. He's going on to bigger and better things for his country. So I feel that Ugas, with that victory over Manny Pacquiao, he just elevated to a whole another plane. So if you look at how I got this thing, so Stanionis is 13-0, 9 KOs. You got Danny Garcia 36-3. You got Virgil Ortiz 18-0, Shawn Porter 31-4-1, 17 KOs. And then you got Keith one-time Thurman. Keith Thurman only has the loss to Manny Pacquiao. And then you got Yordenis Ugas that got the win over Pacquiao. So you see sort of how I'm going. Now this is when things get a little crazy, because so my next pick, me personally, I feel like he's going to take over the entire, not just welterweight, but I feel like super welterweight and potentially middleweight. I think that this fighter's got it all, and that's Jaron Boots Ennis. So Boots is he's in the top 3 of welterweights in the world, period. And it remains to be seen, but I think that he could potentially be better. I think he could potentially be better than Terrence Crawford in just he's got to get maybe 2 to 3 more years and some experience, and then also go into deep waters. But man, when I see Boots, man, it's crazy. Everything clicks. So, and he clicks at the right times. I don't know. He's difficult. But so Boots 28-0, 26 KOs. I just think that he's just got all. I think he has all the pieces. I really do. He's got power, speed, agility, great footwork, amazing head movement. He can go to the body. He can go to the head. He's got a great hook. He's got a mean jab. I don't know. So crisp jab, and then he gives a lot of different angles. So I feel that Boots, he doesn't have the belts, but I think that he's really actually the top. He's in the top 3 welterweights in the world by far. And this is going to sound crazy, but I really do feel that if he got in the ring with Errol Spence Jr. right now, I think that he would get rid of Errol Spence Jr. I think it might go to the distance, but I think that right now, after what I've seen so far of Errol Spence Jr., and Errol Spence he's my favorite fighter, but Boots is like the guy that I feel is the guy. So I think that right now, if Errol Spence, because he's from Texas, so I'm riding with him. But I think if Errol Spence got in the ring with Boots Ennis right now, this second, I think Boots got him. That's how much I think of Boots Ennis. So with that being said, now drum roll, we gotta do who is the top 2, and we're gonna look at like who's gonna be the number 1. So number 2, I'm going with Errol Spence Jr. So Errol Spence Jr., the WBC IBF champion, 27 wins, 0 losses, 21 KOs. I think that Errol Spence Jr. is the number 2 welterweight in the world. And it's only because Terrence Crawford, the number 1 that I have, so number 1 in the world, the best welterweight in the world, I think that Terrence Crawford just has too many tools in the toolkit right now. And he's the best switch hitter in boxing. Who has the better body blows? It's clearly Spence. But who has some crazy tools in the tool shed is Crawford. So, you know, if I had to have them in a ring at the same time, I'm going with Crawford. Even though Spence he's my favorite fighter. I love seeing him fight. So that's the reason why I'm hoping that Errol Spence actually, like, the minute that he gets done with Ugas, he vacates the belts. He needs to vacate the belt and go ahead and he needs to go to super welterweight or retire, because Boots is coming and Terrence Crawford is here. So Errol Spence is the best. He's got the best body work that you're going to see. He's got power really in both hands. But the footwork for me is really just not there compared to Boots Ennis and Terrence Crawford. The head movement is really not there compared to Terrence Crawford and Boots Ennis. And the defense, I think his his defense is better than Terrence Crawford. But it remains to be seen if it's actually better than Boots Ennis. I haven't seen Boots Ennis get in deep waters, so I don't really know. But Errol Spence Jr.'s defense is better than Terrence Crawford's, because Terrence has been getting touched up a little bit. Errol Spence did get touched up by Sean Porter. I don't know. It just seems like Crawford has got another level that I'm not too sure Spence has. And so, like I said, drum roll for that number 1 spot, like I said, is Terrence Crawford, just because Terrence Crawford is really, he has all the intangibles of the premier fighter. And this is the reason why Terrence Crawford is, in my opinion, currently the number 2 pound for pound fighter in the world, right behind Canelo Alvarez. And I personally believe that Terrence Crawford and Alexander Usyk are actually tied at number 2 pound for pound in the world. Now, I know people were like, man, nah, dude, you can't put Usyk in the same category with Terrence Crawford, but he was undisputed. And he potentially could be undisputed again in the heavyweight division. So what are y'all going to say then? And so Terrence Crawford just hasn't had the opportunities. And this is the reason why I feel that Terrence Crawford, if he gets in the ring with Errol Spence Jr., unfortunately, I do believe that it won't be by stoppage, but he'll win potentially a unanimous decision over Errol Spence Jr. I don't think it's going to be a split decision. Just based off of what happened with Errol Spence and Sean Porter. I think Sean Porter told it off. I really do. But Sean Porter's dad did say that Sean was not really training that hard. So, hey, and Gervonta Davis did give Sean Porter that work in training camp. So maybe Sean was eating too many of the Oreos, you know what I'm saying, and wasn't eating his Wheaties. Maybe that's what was going on. I don't know. You know, too many chocolate chip cookies. I hear he's got a thing for chocolate chip cookies, or at least for cookies. That's what I hear. So, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, so Terrence Crawford is I guess the question was, who is the top welterweight in the world? And the answer is Terrence Bud Crawford. So with that being said, I hope that y'all have a really great evening. And as always, peace, one love. We out of here.